Chapter 1.2 Locating Data. Origin organizes its datasets into themes and categories, and we have a number of tools that help users locate data of interest. First of all, we have the data browser. The data browser organizes data into themes, which can be maintained by the administrator, and each theme can then have a set of categories. Datasets are then listed, and the user can view detailed metadata on each indicator. So in this example here, we can see that the source of this dataset, how often it's updated, when it was last updated, and other information such as the geographic coverage and the indicators that make up the dataset. Once a dataset of interest has been located, the user can view all the data if it's a small dataset, or they can select data if it's a relatively large dataset. To select data, you simply drill down, picking geographic areas of interest and indicators of interest. The data is then presented in a simple tabular form. From within the tabular form, users can filter if the data exists over previous time periods, or apply summaries such as average, sum, count, min, max. Further information on the data query can be sought, such as links to external resources and detailed metadata on each indicator that makes up the dataset. A variety of other tools are available, such as export, which allows users to take the data offline in a variety of formats, and analysis tools for producing charts and maps. We'll be covering these in sections 2.2 and 2.3. Looking at other ways of locating data within Origin, we have the Locate tool. The Locate tool allows us to, first of all, locate geographies of interest, and then find for those geographies any indicators that are available. We have two methods of doing this. We have quick selects, which are pre-configured selections, such as wards broken down by area or into other collections, such as catchment areas. Or alternatively, we can use a map to select our areas of interest. And we can do this simply by highlighting areas on the map and then picking which geographies we are interested in. Or alternatively, we can use the map to actually pick each individual boundary that we are interested in. Once you build up the query that you're interested in, you can view all available indicators for that geographic selection. And again, using the data browser, you can drill down, view datasets, view metadata, or actually view the selection. So in this case, I'm just looking at the specific wards that I chose from the Locate tool. The final tool that I'm going to show within the Locate tool is the Analysis tool. The Analysis tool allows users to filter their selections. So let's take the scenario whereby, for example, we want to locate all data from the index of multiple deprivation that we want to locate all geographies that score a below average rank from the index of multiple deprivation. So let's do this for, say, the Sheffield area. We pick all the Sheffield LSOAs, then we can go to the Analyze tool. Now for this I have to log in. Some features can be secured depending on their functionality. In this case we have the Analysis tool, which presents all indicators across all datasets in one succinct place. I can drill down into those data sets. I can select which indicators I'm interested in. Let's say we're looking at the crime and disorder index from the IMD, and we're looking at it for 2007. Let's say we also are interested in actual crime level data from our local police authority. So we also want to analyse antisocial behaviour. So I'm going to bring in the rate for the latest quarter. And within the analysis tool we have similar functions to view metadata, but more importantly we can apply filters. So I'm going to select this data and perform some more detailed analysis. Here we can see in simple tabular form that we have 339 regions selected. We've got the crime and disorder value from the IMD index. We also have the antisocial behaviour rate. But let's say we want to then filter out so that we're only looking at we're trying to find certain geographies that meet a certain criteria. So in this example, let's say we're looking for all geographies that have an IMD index that is above average. So we're going to say is greater than, and we're going to enter 0.42 because I can see that's the average. And we're also interested in only those. Well, actually, first of all, I'll go ahead and apply that filter. So now we have a geography selection of just 192 geographies. But now let's go and say we only want those with a high or above average antisocial behaviour. So we're going to add in a second filter. This time we're going to select our antisocial behaviour, and we're going to say is greater than, and we can see that antisocial behaviour here is 33.53, and we apply that filter, and now we're down to 104 geographies. So this is a tool which allows me to narrow the selection of geographies that I then want to use in my further analysis, or can take offline for offline analysis. In this case, what I want to do is for that 104 data sets, I want to view any of the available data. So here we're back into the dataset browser, and we can see we have, for example, acorn categories. So let's, out of interest, view the selection for acorn data, and we can see this is the geographic selection that meets that filter, and it's available for me then to do the usual tools of exporting, charting, and mapping, and so forth. That is a quick overview of the Origin dataset tools for locating and analysing data. And in the next chapter, 1.3, we will be looking at data collections, which is aimed at the non-expert user.